Hey everyone, hurry over to check this out. Huang Quan, a painter from the Five Dynasties, was truly a master at painting cranes. His paintings were so lifelike that they could almost summon real cranes, and the phrase "Shu Shu Are You Sheng vivid as life" was practically tailor-made for him. To paint cranes well, Huang Quan squatted by the pond and stared at them for a whole morning. He memorized every detail, how the cranes pecked for food, how they shook their feathers, and even the fluffy texture of the feathers on the necks. Who can keep up with such a stickler for details? Back in his studio, he started painting. Huang Quan's brush moved with incredible speed and skill. As soon as he finished painting the crane's leg bones, his apprentice was stunned. These legs look so strong. Huang Quan said that to paint a crane that seemed alive, you first had to understand its skeletal structure. His obsession with details kicked in. Huang Quan explained that crane feathers weren't a dull white, you had to add mica powder to give them a glossy sheen. Even when the Empress sent someone to urge him to hurry, he still took his time mixing the paint. Good works, he believed, required patience and refinement. When he reached the crucial part, Huang Quan switched to a fine brush to outline the crane's eyelids. His apprentice was dumbfounded. Is this crane about to open its eyes any second? Huang Quan smiled mysteriously. The real finishing touch, Hualong Jinjing, was still to come. Here comes the iconic highlight. Huang Quan dipped his brush to add the crane's eyes, and in the next moment, the painting seemed to come alive. The Emperor, who had come to peek secretly, was shocked. This crane looks like it's going to fly up to the sky any minute. When the painting was hung in the imperial garden, all the ministers gathered around to admire it, praising it as vivid as life. The Emperor was so satisfied that he rewarded Huang Quan with 100 taels of gold on the spot. Huang Quan had totally won big with this work. An absurd yet magical scene unfolded the next day. A flock of white cranes flew to the corridor, circling around Huang Quan's painting and even pecking at the shadow of the crane in the artwork. Even real cranes mistook the painting for one of their own. The white cranes gently touched the crane's wings in the painting with their beaks, as if greeting it. Huang Quan couldn't help but laugh. This wasn't just painting, it was like printing a real crane onto the silk. The Emperor came to see this wonder, grinning from ear to ear. Your painting even tricked the real cranes. A minister chimed in. This is the highest level of vivid as life. And that's how the phrase spread. Huang Quan began taking on apprentices. He told them, if you want your paintings to be vivid as life, don't just copy other works, go squat by the pond and observe real cranes. It turned out the secret to his divine skill was simply the word observation. Huang Quan's fame spread to the streets. Even art workshops that hung copies of his paintings were crowded with people. Customers touched the paintings and exclaimed, this crane looks just like a real one. Vivid as life became a golden sign for paintings. Private school teachers used this story as a teaching material, telling children that vivid as life describes something that looks so real it seems alive. Huang Quan's painting became a living example in textbooks. Years later, Huang Quan still often went to the imperial garden to watch cranes. The Emperor said his paintings had added vitality to the imperial palace, but Huang Quan replied that it was the real cranes that had given him inspiration. Let us highlight the key point. Vivid as life, Shu Shu Are You Sheng isn't just about painting. As long as you do things with meticulous care, whether it's writing, doing handiwork, or anything else, you can reach this level of lifelikeness.